Wanted to welcome all of you to this retreat, this day-long meditation gathering for all of us. I wanted to speak a little bit about um, the space of this retreat container for all of us. Um, and I wanted to encourage everyone to practice noble silence as much as you can, inner silence as well as outer silence, um, and to be respectful to everyone as much as you can, to honor the fact that this is a living monastery with monks here. We will be offering dana to them today, and meaning food offerings. And so they'll come up, um, say a little blessing, and then we'll go down and feed them, and then we'll come back up. Sometimes they give us another blessing after having eaten, and sometimes they don't. Um, I let them decide, to be honest with you, and I rearrange the schedule based on that because that's the one time they do show up is for mealtime. And it's a great experience to provide food sustenance to others. It's a beautiful experience, and I hope you all enjoy it. Giving, that is, as much as I do. I've enjoyed it all my life, and I feel like it's a wonderful lifelong practice to practice giving without remorse that you gave too much or remorse that you gave too little. It's not about what you gave, it's about the heart that you give with. Um, and we just try and remove what we call stinginess from the heart. And it takes time. It's not like immediate that you're going to remove all stinginess. And it doesn't mean you give a ton once you remove that stinginess. It's just an opportunity to practice letting go, opening up, because that's really um the ultimate path to awakening is letting go. um Letting go of all acquisitions, even the acquisition, the desire to awaken has to be let go of. Desire to have conscious states of consciousness, sublime or otherwise, or insights, you have to let go of and surrender completely. And so the day will, that's about all I wanted to say about the retreat container. Um, and we'll be cultivating our minds together in a practice called samadhi. There's a certain spirit to samadhi. I renamed our retreat today, Jhana and Awakening are one.
Oh,
uh,
one?
are one in the same.
Oh,
The path and the end of the path are one in the same. In Zen, they call it just sitting. The instruction, the path is just to sit, and it's also the end of the path, just to be present fully. The I think the expectations that I have for the day are that this will be an introduction to jhana practice, and we can always reorient in another day long towards more of the technique of refining our technique. This is just an introduction to the technique of jhana, and I want to resituate the practice of jhana not as a technique or a practice, but as awakening itself at any level of the samadhi practice. Once you can recognize that samadhi is present in the mind, that there's minimal fabrications of identity, and you can start even removing those layers of those minimal foundations for the creation of I making, the making of an identity. You can really see through the process of suffering, because suffering really comes from making things up, by making connections that aren't there and making assumptions that aren't based in reality. And so it is a sort of investigation. We can't do this. We can't really do jhana without really investigating um, how we are making up reality and what is consistent with non-suffering. And I hope that you all gain some benefit from it. You even have to give up the desire. Jhana is an intensely pleasurable state. It can be quite light, so you might not recognize it. It can be just as shiver. It can be momentary, and it can be a sense of fullness. But ultimately, I like the definition of fullness because that's really where the rubber meets the road. Hi, Peter. Welcome. Sorry about that. Let me clear my. I can get into that a little bit later, but I think you'll see really clearly why having a sense of fullness is really important, and going about our days and having samadhi as our livelihood, as the Buddha put it. It becomes a moment to moment practice. You'll find that when you're subject to your boss yelling at you and it bounces off you, and you can find a way in that moment to ingratiate yourself, accept what has happened, be humble, find ways, points of um, communication between people who might appear adverse. When you can find that connection, you're kind of at that balancing fulcrum point that you can imagine, like a board, finding this bright center for the board and carrying that sense of centeredness with you everywhere is what the Buddha meant by having samadhi as your livelihood. And that's ultimately what I want you all to sort of feel into today in a sort of general way, that it's possible to be in a state of balance throughout your day, to sit between extremes, the middle way, as we had a whole retreat day long on the middle way. Some of you are more attuned to that, maybe now than others. So that's kind of the direction I wanted to go in. Whether you, I'm going to explain a method on how to get into jhana, but there are many of them, and jhana itself and the practice itself is very broad. Um, the teachings are really an averaging of what works for most people, but really the practice is an individual practice. And so you have to speak up. If the general practice that I'm going to teach today is not working for you, it's very important just to have some insight about why it's not working for you and what you might feel called to do at any point in the practice. It's consistent with, you know, Buddhist practice is consistent with non-dual practice. It's consistent with every other religion because it's jhanas essentially are, and samadhi itself is basically an underlying layer to our consciousness. As the Buddha said, the mind, O monks, is luminous. It's only overcome by incoming clouds and incoming hindrances that cover things up. And so this is really an uncovering practice. It's not a it's not a new making things up that's based on something that's not real. There's an underlying layer in there of contentment and pleasure that I'm pointing you today. And it's consistent with the non-dual practice, uh, in that the object of meditation really becomes inseparable from the mind that is attending to it. And so you get a moment to moment test of sort of experiencing non-separation and complete intimacy with the world. And so you'll know when you build up to that layer, your continuing practice, you'll know when your mind drifts away, you'll be in a state of subject object kind of opposition. And a lot of things can get us back into that unity and metta practice, love, loving kindness, finding that intimacy again with the breath object can bring you back into that connection. So anyway, we'll go over that again. I just wanted to give everyone a quick overview of the day and welcome you all and greet you all and invite you to be as you are. If you're sleepy, Lying practice is totally fine with me. Just lie down to a side. Welcome, Amy. Uh, yeah, that's good.
Is someone here? No.
No, no, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great too. I mean, Shamal was supposed to come.
If you sit there, you gotta be a co-leader.
Yeah, you've got to be co-leader with me.
I have
She looked scared for a second.
to live,
Oh, you brought a
so
lemon.
it'll be okay.
All right. Amy wrote this nice little opening statement for retreats. We decided to read it. So, welcome all of you to our meditation group. We meet to practice together here at the Washington Buddhist Vihara on Friday nights at 7 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. We also hold day-long meditation retreats once a month. This space is a sacred home to Buddhist monks who generously share it with us. There's no fee for participation. We give when and how we are able. We are all volunteers here, an inclusive, loving community, seeking to awaken to our true nature through the Buddhist practice and study of kindness, sila, mindfulness, sati, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom. Do you want to read the in order to paragraph? And then you can read the last one. I just wanted to start us off.
In order to maintain a safe and supportive space, we are especially mindful of how we speak and act towards one another when we are together. Whether this is our first meditation or we have been practicing for years, we respect and acknowledge that we all are learning. We refrain from judgment by speaking from personal experience. We recognize and celebrate the diversity of our experiences, and we honor the confidentiality of this group, sharing our learnings, but not the personal stories of others. Ultimately, we respect our own spiritual authority as practitioners and share our spiritual authority as a Sangha.
Thank you. All right. I wanted to maybe go around the room so everyone could share their voice and their names. We can all show up to each other, and if you could say one or two words about what's arising for you today, I think that would be great, either in the mind and the body or both in the mind and the body. Well, I'm Robert. I live in Columbia Heights, and I'm excited about this day. Jhana practice is very near and dear to my heart. And I'm excited to share its universality with you. And yeah, happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Amy. Sorry I was late. I live in DuPont Circle for the moment, though I'm moving in June to New Hampshire. So every moment here is precious.
Yeah.
I mean, it always is.
Yeah.
But particularly when you know you're going to lose something, then you cling to it all the harder. So I'm really looking forward to the Jhana day. And I guess, as far as the state that I'm in, I've been just in a lot of fear and trepidation. I'm sure everyone is, um, as far as the world and also my own self, tax season. I'm just feeling pretty calm though this morning and looking forward to getting quiet. So that's it.
Hi, I'm Bob. I came because thought it'd be really nice to do a day-long meditation retreat. I have like not really looking, I didn't come to learn the jhanas, but they're gonna be part of the curriculum, so what the heck. I'm not looking for a new practice. But whatever shows up will show up, and I'll try to have a positive attitude. What's been going on in my in this journey is I have these dreams lately another one last night, and their dreams of just, I think it's kind of an unwinding of letting go of resistance and frustration or pushing and and struggling again. Like the dream always has like a struggle or something to withstand, and so it's an interesting inquiry to ask, what is the struggle against? So I'm not going to provide an answer, but that's where I'm at.
And
Thank you. I hope I can convince you all that jhana is not a new practice. It's what mind is already doing when it wakes up. But if I don't succeed, I might try one or two more times. All right.
My name's Ivan. I'm from Alexandria, and here to see the Inner Peace. I've been coming for probably about a month now,
Uh-huh.
and it's getting. I feel myself becoming more peaceful very soon.
Nice. Thank you, Ira.
Hey everyone, I'm Peter. Happy to be here. Feeling a little sleepy this morning still, but it's kind of pleasant. It's not the kind of sleepiness when you have to like snap into it for a work day, so it's nice. I'm feeling excited for today. I there's been a lot of kind of tension in the body in my practice recently. I feel like kind of in my back right now. And so there's kind of some actual trepidation, I think, about going in and kind of facing it. But there's also been a lot of um, openness and like feelings of like pleasure and joy recently in the practice too. Excited to explore that.
Oh, and Peter will be sharing inside dialogue with us today at the end of the day. Thank you. Thank you, Peter, for helping out.
We're just sharing our needs.
Okay. Well, good afternoon. This morning, Friday's over. I want to declutter for the weekend.
Hmm.
So I figured I'll bother everybody here.
Thank you, Shantanu.
I think Jonathan. Jonathan. Good to be here with you all. Yeah, the place I'm coming from is, I'm just very glad that I was able to drop into a little bit of tranquility this morning. Just because, yeah, after it being tax season at the end of the week, there's just a lot of tension everywhere in the body and like floating around the head for me. So it's nice to be able to drop in and to meet you.
Hi, I'm Nivy. I'm staying with Robert temporarily. It's been very nice, pleasant. I'm very grateful for that. Where I'm at today is, I was listening yesterday to sort of like reflecting on thoughts and experience, and I almost feel like every single thing I'm questioning, like, is the good thought, is the good thought, like, I'm like, where
What was that last part? Your
thought is an experience, right?
Oh.
Like, even the experience is like a thought
yeah.
kind of
Okay.
thing. So I'm sort of like exploring that. It's interesting.
Like reality is mind, mind is reality
Yeah.
type thing.
Can you have reality without mind?
The Buddha would say the all is
The all,
mind.
right?
The all is mind. When the most basic form of mind is perception, and when you whittle everything down in the last jhana to perception, it'll happen naturally. It'll just what will be left. When perception leaves, there'll be no mind left, and you can see that dissolution of the mind, that you are not the mind, you're something else, and that something endures there beyond space and time even. Yeah, perception is what locks us. It's powerful perception that locks us in place. We use it right from the beginning in the jhana practice as skillful perceptions to help massage feelings of comfort into the body, to deepen, to gain insight. Perceptions follow us all the way, but when it fades, boy, is it insightful. You can really see the end of the world there. and you can see awakening. Yeah, I would say that's a powerful thought.
Yes, I'm next. My name is Claire, and it struck me yesterday. I've been doing a lot of writing using reading old journals. So my old journal from when I was 10, and then out through the difficult parts of my life. As my life, there's too. And so it's just a very emotional experience reading these and writing with them. I've actually just started with transcribing some of them. And so it struck me that, I really need to be, develop equanimity or practice equanimity as I'm sort of riding the emotional release on in this process. So, and I also committed to coming to the once a month retreat. So that's what.
Rupa. I'm from Leesburg, Virginia, and I am excited today because I've heard the term jhana quite a bit. I just don't know. I think maybe what to expect. I mean, and that's what I think I'm just looking in the retreat. How do you know if you're in jhana? I don't know what that state is in it. So that's I'm just excited for the retreat today.
Excellent.
Hi everyone, I'm Colton. Very excited to be here today. I've kind of noticed myself leaning in more to just distracting myself recently in the past few weeks rather than like sitting and kind of being aware. So I think like having an entire day dedicated to sitting is going to be really beneficial. I don't know anything about jhana. I didn't know that was the topic of the retreat today. Honestly, I just knew I love this place and I love being here. I wanted to be here. But I'm excited to learn about it, and I'm excited to be here. So thank you.
My name is Hannah. I'm in Capitol Hill. I spend a lot of my day-to-day sharing because I have to, or it's expected of me. So I really want to take a lot of this time to absorb what the rest of the universe has to share with me. So I'm going to try to prioritize that today.
Yeah, I think there's an inverse relationship to wanting jhana and not getting jhana. The more you want it, the more you won't get it. So you have to let the universe you have to kind of sit back and let the universe offer it. All right, Hannah, Jennifer, and Victoria online, if you want to say hello quickly so we can get started, I'd appreciate that. How are you? I'll turn you out to the room.
Should I speak?
Yeah, just jump in, the three of you, really quickly so we can.
Good morning, everybody. I will hopefully see you after lunch today, but just wanted to say hello. It's such a beautiful opportunity I just came home from a week-long retreat with Rupert Spira, and to have this gift here in Washington at home, where I can be with community, meditating together, contemplating. I don't know anything about jhana, so I'm looking forward to learning more, and wish everybody a beautiful retreat today. And thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Robert, so much. I'm just happy to be part of the group this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hannah, can you speak now, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really happy to join all of you today, and yeah, I'm excited to explore.
Good.
I'll leave it at that.
Good. I think that's a good attitude. Playfulness, experimentation, those are good things. And Shamal, my friend. Quick introduction.
Hi, my name is Chad. Sorry, I was late a bit. So I've been a meditation practitioner for the last 15 years. And yeah, I'm here to help and would be happy to help anybody who is willing to put the effort. And what else do you need?
Yeah,
Effort
beautiful.
and energy into the practice. It's a good thing that you guys have started, and it's possible for anybody as long as you put your effort and energy into it.
Well said. Thank you. Those are important points to make. Yeah.
Ben.
Oh, Ben arrived? Oh, Ben. Ben, please join your voice in.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because you said we shouldn't be chasing down. I feel like I've been hearing about it. Oh, that sounds nice. That stop wondering.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, I wanted to start off by spending some moments in silence together. So the next 20 minutes, if we could just practice one simple thing, just opening up to whatever's arising and being present for it and offering space for it, a sense of sacredness, no matter what it is, even if it's a crazy thought. And it's, if there's any resistance, just sit with the resistance to any thoughts, anything feeling in your body, any pain. I just want us to be open, and I call it taking stock. I think it's very important to learn how to take stock. And you can do it actively by doing a body scan. You can inquire if images show up, where is that coming from? Desire, anger, delusion, anything. Just inquire into and be with whatever is present for the next 20 minutes. Thank you.